Hi everyone. So it's 1 a.m. now. 1:30 a.m. What is it? June 27th, 2015. Historical day was yesterday, I guess. So yeah, gay marriage is accepted now, right? We should be happy, right? Well, I am. I'm really happy that people can get married because isn't that our God-given right anyway to love who you want to love, marry who you want to marry? My only thing is that gay marriage is now being accepted, but that's not the end of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you understand that? Like, just because I could marry my boyfriend, or I could marry my girlfriend, or if my aunt wanted to marry her girlfriend, or if my uncle wanted to marry his boyfriend, like, that's great that they get to do that, but that's all that they get now. Honestly, I think it's become. Well, let's think about it as race, okay? Gay people, if we think about it, are the African American people here in America. And the people who are against gays and completely hate gays and won't even hire them for a job, which I can't even understand. Why you wouldn't let someone have a job for money? Let's say those people who hate gays are the white people. Like, it's just completely insane that someone would want to hurt another human being. But I guess that's our next movement, right? That we have to bring forward our differences and put them together and make them the same, if that makes sense. The same thing. What I'm trying to say is that everyone has differences, right? So doesn't that make us all the same because we're all different and we all have our own differences? Yeah, I don't know. When I am thinking, like, I'm so tired, but it's keeping me up because it's so frustrating because everyone's happy, like, oh, gay marriage, they're gonna get over it, right? Like, gay marriage is only the first step to our equality. Just because now we're equal in marriage doesn't mean that we're not equal in us being human beings. People look at gay people as people who are lesser to them, which I think is totally insane. Because how could any human being be lesser than another human being? I mean, God put us on this planet together, not separately. You know, it wasn't like one day God was like, "Oh, here's Adam and Eve." Okay, and 3 years later, He's like, "Oh, black people, here they are." And then millennia later, they're like, "Oh, Chinese people should exist. Like, I'm gonna put them over here on this continent." Like, that didn't happen. I don't know. Maybe just a weird rant. Like I said, it's 1 a.m. and I'm so tired. Do you see that? My hair's gotten so long now. It's crazy. I can't sleep with my hair down because it gets in my face and I think there's like a spider. Like I like freak out. Yeah, but I think it's crazy, just insane that people think just because we could get married that it completely changes the fact that we're equal to them. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, racism is a total like different thing than like marriage equality and equality of like sexes and things like that. And I can almost damn well guarantee there's still people out there who are more racist than they are like more accepting to like gay marriage, if that makes sense. I feel like there's less racist people, But I feel like no matter how many like generations go by, there's always going to be someone out there who's racist and doesn't care about anyone else. Yeah. The struggle is real. So to all you LGBT people out there, congratulations on your new equality law or equal marriage right law, whatever you want to call it. But honestly, let's look at the bigger picture and let's worry about now what's going on in the future, and let's see if we could get us to the same level or area where black people are with their race issue as we are with us being seen as humans. Because no matter, it's still going to take us a long time before we're going to be able to say that person there is a human, whether he's gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or purple, for God's sake. He is a human. Because no matter what, humans are going to judge humans just for being humans. And I guess that's my like only worry right now is that we're not going to ever be treated as like regular people. That's the only part that scares me. Is you never know who's really going to be there for you, you know? Well, let's get personal. So, I obviously support LGBTQ, the LGBT community because, well, I don't know. I hate binaries. Okay, that's like the only thing that like, makes me angry. Why should I say that I'm bisexual? Because I could like a man. That's like saying like a lesbian saying that she because she likes girls she's a lesbian. Honestly, whoever you fall in love with should be the person that you fall in love with. You know, as long as you're like 100% like, yeah, I'm in love with you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. What does it matter if it's a man or it's a woman? You know. But anyway, my uncle. Well, I'm a very religious person. Yes, I'm, if you will, bisexual. But I think even if a transgender man or a female who has a penis, if you will, comes up to me and we hit it off, I'm obviously not going to be like, oh no, sorry, you're transgender. And I'm only sticking to my binary because my binary is the most one that fits me the most. I'm not going to do that. But anyway, I'm very religious. I would like to say that I go to church every Sunday, even though there's those Sundays that sleep is too compelling. Um, and I try my hardest to be a good person. I really do. But sometimes there are obstacles. And my uncle became a pastor at his Christian church, and we had kind of like a, I guess if you will, a fight. Well, I had a fight with his wife because I posted something, a picture. So if it was a picture, it was a picture of two men kissing, and then underneath it was a picture of a kid who was malnourished and was living in a country where if you're malnourished, you're malnourished. You know, like there's no helping you because there's not food, there's not water or anything like that. And it said if the picture of the two guys offended you more than the picture of the kid who was the picture of the kid who is malnourished in his country, that you should reevaluate your life or something like that. I think it was like that. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I posted a picture of that, and my aunt's like, I don't see what's right with any of these pictures. Well, let me just say that that kid who was malnourished in the picture, he had a loaf of bread. Okay, when they took that picture, when do you think was the last time he had bread? Okay, let's think about that. When was the last time he had a meal? Like, when was he able to sit down and, like, not sit down and have his food on the ground and, like, eat it, you know? And then the picture of the two gay guys. It's like they love each other, you know? Like, I was about to, like, comment on, like, next to her after hers was like, you love uncle, right? Like my uncle, right? And if she would have been like, yeah, it's like, well then how come you guys could get married, but these two men who love each other can't? Uh, I didn't. I told her it was I thought that it was very rude that she commented on my picture and that it wasn't a real a real Christian thing to do. And she's like, I'm sorry you have to say that it's unchristian for me to say what I said or whatever. I don't know. She tried to put it on me, you know, like if it was my fault or something. I don't know. My uncle got in it, and it was just crazy. And also, I think my uncle's a coward because literally, like the next day, his comments were like deleted. And it's like, really, what kind of message are you putting out there? Like, you can't even like step up to what you're saying. I don't know. But today, my uncle was like, he posted a picture of the White House with the rainbow lights showing on the White House, and he posted all kinds of stuff about God, like, uh, people say, uh, and I quote, people say that God knows where I stand on my things. And then he put underneath, like, people should understand where God puts on his things. Like, where God is set mentally on his things, right? And the thing is that I get it, you're a pastor at your church. But, like, when was the last time God, like, sat right next to you and told you, listen, Art, okay, still in my mind, gay sex is bad. Like, that should not happen. And I think your goal in life is to sit here and tell everyone else that they're doing something wrong when you're being perfect. Perfect. Okay? No one's perfect. Yes, I do believe that the Son of God was perfect. Okay? He's like the only person. Well, okay, I'm getting too caught up in this. Like, what I'm trying to say is that my uncle's sitting here judging everyone else when he wasn't perfect in the beginning. And it's like, why are you judging me? Yes, you should teach the gospel of the Lord. I understand that. But that doesn't mean you could sit here and you could judge everyone else. It's like not okay. Like not okay with me. And isn't it like love your neighbor or treat your neighbor as you would want to be treated or something like that? Like why is he being so hateful to, if you will, his neighbors as being the LGBT community? Because I mean, that's all it's going to bring on him is hatred from the LGBT community. And yes, his family is Christian oriented, but like the only reason that they're Christian oriented is because my aunt supposedly saved him when he was being a troublemaker out when he was in like high school or something. Okay, and that's the only reason he converted to Christianity. Oh my god, it's already like 13 minutes of me just talking. Well, if anybody actually watches this, if you would want to listen to me rant about more, I guess comment. Thanks. Bye.